Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video day, and today the Golden State Warriors have quite an embarrassing loss. Lost 144-93. One of Steph Curry's worst career games. The first time in Steph Curry's career he's had a game where he has no field goals in a game where he plays more than 12 minutes. He does score 2 points because he did get fouled in this game and went to the free throw line and knocked down both free throws. He did have 3 rebounds. He did have an assist. He was pretty good defensively with a steal and a block, but did not score at all in this basketball game. Shot 0 for 7. Shot 0 for 6 from 3. It did play 24 minutes, so the minutes were kind of down because of a blowout, but still, it's embarrassing. Look, I've seen a lot of funny memes, people making fun of the fact that Steph played like this, and what we saw with Clay at the end of last year. Seen a lot of nicknames for the two of them with the way they both played. But I will say, I'm not trying to defend Steph because this performance was ugly. But this was not, to me, it's not. This is not as bad as Clay's game. Just because of the fact Clay shot more. Clay shot what? I think it was 0 for 10. Steph was 0 for 7. Clay didn't score at all. At least Steph did knock down 2 free throws. This game wasn't as big as what that Warriors game was. That was an elimination game. That's really the only thing I could come up with for the people that are saying this is worse than Clay's. But look, at the same time, the game where Clay shot over 10, it wasn't a blowout. I mean, it was a close game, or was kind of close. Not this bad, not 51-point bad, but both very, very terrible games recently in the last year. Steph tonight, Clay in the elimination game. Clay had a pretty good night tonight against the Clippers with no Kyrie and no Luka. He's been playing pretty good basketball lately. Just went into Golden State, had an amazing game against the Warriors. So Clay's actually been playing good recently. But this was a bad game for Steph. This was a terrible game from Steph Curry. But it doesn't start with Steph, right? This is a team thing. I mean, again, I'm not trying to defend Steph. I'm not going to say I'm a Steph Curry hater, but as a Rockets fan, I've seen my fair share of heartbreaks from this dude. So I have the hate and the respect at the same time. But I'll find any way to hate on this guy. But at the same time, you can find some things. But at the same time, yes, was Steph bad in this game? But was Steph going to... He's capable of doing it, but was Steph going to score 51 points in this basketball game? No. Should he have scored more? Of course, yeah. Should have he made more than... look, he should... I'm not going to say I expect him to make all 7 shots, but he should have made at least a little bit below half or more than half. He should have made at least 3 or 4 of his field goal attempts, which... Right there, that's about 9. That's not, if assuming those are all threes, that's 9 or 12 points right there. They lost by 51. I don't think Steph would have changed much since the fact that, even if he made every shot that he missed in this game tonight, look at all the threes that he missed. That counts for 18 points. Go to the 1-2 he missed. That's 20 points. They still lose this game by 51. This is a team blame. I mean, they shot 32 for 90 from the floor. They shot 12 for 36 from 3. It's not all Steph. This is there are only a couple of guys I think you cannot try to blame for this loss. I mean, I look at Kyle Anderson, I look at Buddy Hield, and I look at Brandon Podziemski. Those guys were actually playing a great game tonight. We'll go over their stats. Podziemski had 21 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds in 25 minutes, 9 for 13, 2 for 5 from 3. Of course, first game in Dennis Schroeder's Warriors career. One of the biggest reasons they traded for him was how bad Podziemski was playing. And, of course, Schroeder's first game as a Warrior, he has his best game of the season. Buddy Hield was great, 4 for 6, 1 for 3 from 3, 9 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 steals in 20 minutes. Kyle Anderson had 20 minutes, 4 for 8, 3 for 4 from 3, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks. Outside of that, there wasn't much. I mean, Wiggins was pretty solid, 19 points, 6 for 11, 4 for 5. But it's the guys that really hurt you. It's mainly, the front court with, the back court with Steph missing 6 threes and 7 shots. And Dennis Schroeder, the new addition, really hurts too. I mean, 2 for 12, missed 4 threes. You want to go to Draymond Green shot 0 for 4 in this game. Kevin Looney shot 1 for 5. Another big one that hurt just as much as Schroeder and Curry. Jonathan Kuminga shot 2 for 12. Lindy Waters shot 1 for 6. I mean, so there was some really bad shooting in this game. It wasn't just Steph. It was Schroeder and Kuminga. It was Looney and Draymond. It was Waters. This was really bad. This was a really bad team performance. And, I think the Memphis Grizzlies, let's not just point to Steph and talk about his bad shooting. I think the bad shooting is because of the great Memphis defense. This team plays some incredible defense. And Steph has had some really big struggles against this team. And I think they do a great job defending him. They got a great defensive team. I mean, you got Jaren Jackson Jr., Desmond Bane's not a bad defender. He wasn't playing tonight, but he is an amazing defender. I mean, Marcus Smart could be on his way out of Memphis, but Memphis doesn't play around. They're a really good team. I mean, they're right now sitting at 2 in the West. So, I think obviously it was a little bit different in prior history. Warriors had Memphis's number. I don't think that would be the same in these days. I mean, yes, the Warriors can go and trade for a star, for sure. They can improve their team at the trade deadline. But as of right now, this Memphis team who wasn't even 100% healthy tonight, this Memphis team who not just like the Warriors could add to their roster as well at the trade deadline, they're dangerous. And it is possible. It is very possible. I think the Warriors right now are sitting at like the 7 or 8 seed. Memphis is at the 2 seed. If these two teams match up against each other in the playoffs, I think Memphis would just smoke Golden State. Because I think obviously the Warriors in a playoff series, what you need the most is you need Steph to go out there and knock down shots. You need him to knock down shots in order to win a series. I don't see that happening facing a defensive team like Memphis, who is locked down. So they played a great game tonight. Let's go over them. I've talked way too much about Golden State, but when someone craps the bucket as much as they did tonight, you just got to talk about it. You got to talk about the pure terribleness, just awful. All right, Ja didn't score that much tonight. 9 points, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, but it's not Ja's fault. I mean, he only played 17 minutes when your opposing team shoots so bad and your offense does so good to score almost 145 points. You're not going to play a lot of minutes when you're near 145 and the other team is not close or barely at 100 at 93 points. You're not going to play at all, and especially with the injury history Ja has. When Memphis gets a good lead like that, they're gonna get Ja out of that game as quick as they can. I'm surprised Ja scored 9 points, to be honest, because in a game like this, you're not going to see him a lot. Jaren Jackson did play a little bit more than that, 20 minutes, 17 points, 6 rebounds. Out of their starters, he was the best player tonight. Desmond Bane, though, was great too. 15 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, 6 for 9, 3 for 5 from 3. Zach Edey played 24 minutes. Him and Bane had the most minutes out of their starters. He shot 3 for 5, 1 for 2 from 3, 8 rebounds, 8 points. Hey, in 24 minutes, that's not bad. That's a near double-double in not even normal minutes. 2 blocks for Edey as well. Jalen Wells, rookie, had 13 points in 20 minutes. Also very impressive that he shot 5 for 6 from the floor. Only shot he missed was a 3. Their leading scorer was off the bench. Their leading scorers were off the bench, and of course that's going to happen when you're up so big. Their leading scorer was Santi Aldama. He's a bucket. He was their leading rebounder too. He was nearly their leading assist assists too. He was nearly their leader in assists as well. 21 points, that was their leading scorer. 14 rebounds, that was their leading rebounder. And he had 4 assists. Outside of his 4 assists, the only guys that had more assists than him were it was Bane at 7, and then Jackson had 5. And so did Scottie Pippen Jr. So he was if it wasn't for Desmond Bane, he was 2 assists away from being their leader in points, rebounds, and assists. But yeah, and Jake LaRavia was great. 19 points, 6 for 12, 4 for 5 from 3, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. 15 points for Luke Kennard, 5 for 7. And this Memphis team was just absolute lights out from 3. 27 for 48. That's a big comparison in this game. I mean, Golden State shot 33% from 3, only knocked down 12 threes on 36 shots. Meanwhile, Memphis more than doubled their three-pointers at 27. It's a big difference in this game. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts on the Memphis 144-93 win in the comment section, and peace out.